Pokemon X and Y is very special to me. I remember in elementary and middle school trading Pokemon, doing battles, collecting the cards. Like even after resetting my Pokemon card collection, there's a clear preference for X and Y in my binders. I love the characters, the Pokemon, the music. It's so nostalgic and fun to revisit. But everywhere I go, I see people absolutely dunking on this game, claiming it is the spawn of Satan or that it killed their grandma, which saddens me because I love these games. And if I say that to anyone, I feel shame. So I want to set the record straight. I'm not here to say X and Y is perfect. It is not. But I'm here to at least show you it's not that bad, and it's a lot more good than people give it credit for. I just want to use this video to try to fix its reputation a bit. Starting with... the most important thing in a Pokemon game are the Pokemon. If the Pokemon in your game aren't good, then I will not care. But X and Y, with its limited Pokedex, had some amazing new Pokemon. Hell, I'd say its whole lineup of new Pokemon are at the very least good. There's no major stinkers like Bruxish. Ew. So let's do a quick lightning round. The starters are all pretty good. Their second evolutions are great for starter standards. Typically they kinda suck, but these are standouts, especially Braixen, but I think that's Pokémon bias. Their final evolutions I love as well. Delphox is really cool, Greninja as we all know is great, and Chestnut, well, he's my least favorite of the three, but he's still pretty good. Bunnelby is very cute though. I've never been a fan of Diggersby. It's one of like 2 Pokemon I don't like from X and Y. He's just big Of all the Route 1 birds, I really love the Fletching line. Yeah, they're just red birds, but they're very pretty red birds. And I think them getting fire moves makes them stick out a little bit. Scatterbug is super cute and I want to hug Spupa. Vivillon is really pretty and I like how it has different wing patterns. Litleo is adorable and Pyroar is menacing, especially with the mane. Flabebe is cute and Floette is great. I actually like it more than the final evolution Florges, who is still pretty good. I like how the line looks different depending on the color of flower. Skiddo and Gogoat are cute and I want to ride one. I love Pancham, he's so mischievous, and Pangoro is also really cool. Furfrou looks so soft, and I love being able to do its fur pattern so your Furfrou feels more personal to you. Esper is super cute, but Meowstic is a top 20 Pokemon for me. One of my favorite Pokemon ever, and I really couldn't tell you why. Honedge, Dual Blade, and Aegislash are all-timer designs, instant classics. Spritzee and Aromatisse are underrated. I was happy they appeared in Detective Pikachu 2. I want to squeeze the Swirlix line. And I can't not love Inkay with its stupid evolution method where you have to turn the DS upside down. And Malamar is a great villain Pokemon. I thought Binacle and Barbarical were from Black and White for the longest time. They have weird hand designs, but they're really cool. Scrub and Dragalge are not my favorite, but I think it's neat that they're seaweed. Clowntra and Clawitzer are cool, and give some variety compared to the fish that most water Pokemon are. Helioptile and Heliolisk are some of my favorite Pokemon designs. They're so small and cute. Tyrunt and Tyrantrum are amazing. Why did it take so long to get a Treerex? Amora and Aurorus are more Pokemon in my favorites. They're super pretty and I like the frills up to its neck being colorful. Sylveon is another instant classic. Same with Hawlucha, though to a slightly lesser extent. Dedenne is one of the cuter Pikachu clones. Carbink, am I the only one that thought it would eventually evolve? Goomy is cute and I want to squeeze it. Sliggoo too, and Goodra is another instant classic. Klefki, which I have to defend because I actually kind of like Klefki. I think it's a silly design that people take way too seriously. Phantup is spooky, and Trevenant is a severely underrated design. Speaking of underrated, Pumpkaboo and Gourgeist are both fantastic. I wish more people talked about these designs. Bergmine and Avalugg were more that I also thought came from earlier gens, specifically Gen 4, but that's partly Legends Arceus' fault. Noibat is precious and Noivern is awesome. Xerneas is very pretty and Yveltal is just cool. I like how he's a Y. It's a lot less subtle than Xerneas' X, but it's still pretty cool. Zygarde is neat though. I like his other forms more, but the base Zygarde is still pretty cool. Diancie is another one that I love and is one of my favorites. Same with Hoopa. While the Unbind form is cool, I kind of like the Confined form more. It's just super appealing to me. It's very cute. And finally, Volcanion. I kind of forgotten Pokemon, but I think he's pretty cool. Phew, that was a lot longer than I expected. But I hope you can see that the Pokemon in this game are overall really solid. Sure, there's a couple of meh ones, but I can't say there are any big stinkers either. It's pretty common to hear people complain about the Pokemon in XY, going so far as to say it's the worst lineup of new Pokemon ever, when I just don't see it. This generation is probably the most Pokemon in my top 20. A lot of them are just really cute or cool or pretty. It's a great set of Pokemon. But there is something just as important as the Pokemon. I would say the characters of a Pokemon game are just as important as the Pokemon. And one of the things people really like to dunk on in X and Y are the characters. And while there are issues with them, specifically I think the gym leaders in Elite Four have some pretty bland personalities, I think overall the characters in this game are good. Unlike the consensus, which really hates Trevor for some reason. What did Trevor do? Speaking of, let's start with the friends, who I think are thoroughly misunderstood. They aren't meant to be strong rivals like Nemona. They're meant to be like a friend group, and each of them has their own goals. Shauna's just kind of here to hang out. Trevor wants to complete the Pokedex, and Tiana wants to dance. I'm not sure what that has to do with Pokemon, but... Your only real rival is Caleb or Serena, who really is the only one of the group battling. I especially like Plumbee, he's funny. My only real problem with the friends is Trevor and Humdinger don't get enough screen time. Which, by the way, I think Pablo has a calming effect on people, because when I went to Card Party, everyone treated my binder with awe and kindness, saying they love Pietro. This shows not only the masterpiece in Lombard's design, but his writing as a friend. Plus, I wanted to say all the names people have said for him, because like, when I put the binder down at Card Party, they called him Pablo, but the name's right there! The professor of this region, Professor Sycamore, is really fun. He's very casual, and it's because he's more than likely the youngest professor besides Sonia. He feels like a cool uncle. He has these two workers, Dexio and Cinna, who are cool. I just don't know what to say since they were kind of mostly relevant in Sun and Moon. As for the gym leaders, while they don't do much in the story, I really like their designs, not to mention the Elite Four, who I really like as well. I think they're all very neat, and if given the screen time, could have been classics. But alas, we live in a Seabold-less society. As for other characters, I think Team Flare looks really cool. I like the bright orange vibe, and a lot of the admins look great, except for Pitbull. I don't really care about Pitbull. My personal favorite is Zerosic. I think he's a pretty neat design and a very messed up human being. Why does he look like that? As for the writing, while I like Malva and Zerosic's writing, the rest of the admins are kind of bland. But you know whose writing I love? AZ and Lysander are by far the best characters in the game. They are super interesting, mysterious, have great designs, and are just overall great. Lysander is super menacing, and I love when he pulls out all of his weapons just to throw a Pokeball. Like, you couldn't shoot me? Lysander is a great character, because he's clearly out of it completely. Like, his goal in X is to make Team Flare immortal so the world is forever perfect. Okay, that's pretty typical villain, I could see it. In Y, he just wants to kill everyone. What? I also have a deep appreciation for his appearance in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, because he looks almost remorseful after he has won. I think it's really neat and a good way to humanize him since X and Y kind of treat him as this insane guy. As for AZ, I mean, we all agree he's amazing, right? Every cutscene with him is great. The whole story between him and his Floette is to die for. It's so good. The Kalos War stuff is just so interesting to me. It's probably my favorite part of this game's story. But there is one more set of characters I really like, which is the characters in the Looker post-game. It's really sweet how Looker cares so much about Emma, and I just think this whole post-game is a really nice bonus. And it gives me more Zerosic content, let's go! Now, I have much more positive to talk about, but before I do, I think I should say what I don't like about X and Y. This segment won't be too long, I just want to prove that my love isn't blind for this game. Firstly, yeah, this game is stupid easy. Like, easiest of the franchise. I don't think this is a huge problem. It makes it more accessible, which is nice, but it could have been a little harder, or had difficulty options. But honestly, if it was more difficult, I might not have beat it as a kid. Which, who knows how that would have changed me. I wouldn't have liked Xenoblade anymore. Maybe I shouldn't have beat XY. Another pretty major one is the gym leader's writing, which I feel could have been done better as the only one who appears a lot outside of their gym is Karina. In Scarlet Violet, by the time you battle the gym leader, you've talked with them, done their mini-game, battled, then talked to them some more. Some get especially long stretches of dialogue like Iono. Here in X and Y, you go up to Valerie, beat her to death, and then leave. You get very little interaction. Clement's stupid sister has more to do than Clement himself, who's only remembered thanks to the anime. It's just a bummer because such great designs are hardly remembered because they didn't give them enough screen time. My last complaint is Sycamore shouldn't have given us those damn Kanto starters. That was the start of a slippery slope. Plus, it would have been much cooler for the Kalos starters to have Megas. Speaking of Megas, I'm not going to talk about them in this video. Everybody likes Megas. I don't need to defend them. You like Megas, I bet. So instead, our second to last segment is another deeply underappreciated aspect of the game. Okay, I genuinely don't know why no one talks about how good this soundtrack is. Like, every time I hear this part in the surf theme, I feel emotions bubbling up within me. It's majestic. Or the really tense gym leader theme. While not matching the difficulty, I can't lie and say it doesn't get me ready for battle. I've used it at every tournament I've ever hosted and it's the perfect atmosphere. The Team Flare theme is banging too. I don't know what it is about that synth, but it sounds absolutely great. The legendary battle theme sounds epic. And Professor Sycamore's theme is really pleasant. I love the accordion in it. And speaking of protagonist songs, hit my theme song! This song is so silly, it sounds like you're at a park with your friends. I also quite like the Friends' battle theme too. It just has a nice friendly bounciness to it. I really like it. I haven't even talked about the routes and towns yet. Aquacord will play at my funeral. Lumio sounds like you're exploring a city, which, duh, but I kinda love it. It's one of my favorite songs in the game. Route 1 sounds like a Mario Party track. Coumarine is a vibe, it sounds so nice. Bicycle sounds like you're riding a bike. Oh. But they really do fit the atmosphere. Even niche songs sound great, like the Trainer's Eyes Meet theme for Teen Flare and Foodie Soda Girl. The Steel Samurai theme for Dexio and Senna. The Honeymooners, which also sound like a Mario Party track. And I don't even know where to put the song, but I really like listening to Hurry Along too. I forgot when it plays though. And wow, Kiseki is such a great credit song. It's emotional, it sounds nice, and I think it's cool that the lyrics are in French and English. Though I never got why no one is singing. This section will just be random things about X and Y that I really love. Like the anime. The anime for XY was really good. It's by far my favorite era of the show. I love the movies, the characters they added. Like, I may be the only person who remembers Alan. I love Alan. I want him to come back. It's also surprisingly quotable. Do you know how many times I've said science is so amazing and the future is now thanks to science? Clemon is so good in the show. And he makes up for his bitch sister who sings her shitty song! I'm kidding, I like Bonnie and her squishy. It made me really like Zygarde. And damn, the ending is so good. Zygarde Dragon Ball blasting Lysander is a top 10 moment in the entire franchise. And I asked Ash's actress her favorite season, and she said XY. So that made me happy. I didn't have anywhere else to put it, but I just wanted to say that. But there are two things about the anime that stand out to me. One was Serena cutting her hair, cause one, why did she do that? But two, back when it happened, I thought she killed herself. Like she's crying on a pier, tells Fennekin not to worry, then puts scissors to her neck, before it cuts to her hair flowing in the wind. I thought she cut her throat for like a week until the next episode came out. Am I the only one? Am I insane? It looks like she gets rejected once and kills herself. I wish the short hair Serena got like any merch though. It's always just base form Serena. The other standout from the anime is the secret best character in X and Y. Not Tier List, who does appear in the anime and is great, but I actually mean Clembot. I love Clembot, he's so cool. I love that Clemon just makes a robot to take care of his dream instead of hiring someone else. And unlike Serena, he actually has the gall to die, which was insane by the way. If you didn't cry at this scene, you're not human. Also, there's an evil Clembot who has a nose. It's like Wa Clembot. Anyways, Clembot saved the Pokemon franchise, and if they made a Clembot card, it would be worth $1 trillion because I would own them all. Speaking of cards, the TCG popped off in X and Y. The sets had great themes, like Double Crisis, where every card had Team Aqua and Team Magma members fighting, or Fates Collide, where two worlds collide. Those kind of theme sets are so fun. And in this era, I especially love the full arts. They look really nice and the textures are perfect, really deep and really noticeable. This Zygarde I got looks amazing. This Lysander's really cool, but my personal favorite is this Karina, which is super intense for some reason. She looks like she's in a Dragon Ball fight. And look at this beautiful Hoopa card. Now I think that's all I wanted to say, so... That is my defense of Pokemon X and Y. Yeah, the games are flawed, but they mean a lot to me, and I have so many memories of the games, like waking up one school morning to beat Diantha, beating her on my way to school after a few attempts, and I remember running to my friends to tell them I beat it. I remember trying to find the Ghost Girl building to show my sister and scare her, and being so excited when Greninja got announced for Smash, Serena killing herself, bringing my cards to trade at school, battling my friends' Pokemon as we played through, learning to play the card game with my mom, watching the show, all memories I'll never forget. It's not just childhood memories too. In college, Chano has become one of my most iconic bits. And I have so many memories joking around, building my collection of hundreds, people seeing me at card party and calling him Pablo even though his name was right on the card, it was seriously right on the floor, ordering 100 at once, losing my collection and finding solace in the fact that the robber had to sort through 100 Tiernos, my sister giving me 100 Tiernos to replace them, rediscovering Pokemon and collecting X and Y characters, getting so excited whenever they made new ones, going to Silver Tempest on release to try to pull Serena and Diantha, meeting Ash's voice actress and learning her favorite to voice was X and Y, and being super giddy and excited, dressing as Team Flare, all memories that'll stick with me a lifetime. I wouldn't be who I am today without it. I might not have gotten into Pokemon, wouldn't have all my binders, my plushies, my figures, maybe I wouldn't even have met some of my friends, made some of my favorite productions on this channel, using it to help practice my Japanese. It's all thanks to Pokemon X and Y. All of those memories make it one of the most influential games in my life. It's one of my favorites of all time, and that's why I defend it. It's my black and white, my Gen 1. And maybe that means this video is a bit biased, but I hope my passion has convinced you that maybe X and Y isn't so bad, and maybe taught you to love it like I do. Thank you for watching.